Welcome to another episode of You Know
Ball, baby.
Brought to you by the Run the Play
Network.
I'm your host, Anthony. To my right, I got Mr. Run It himself, Philly Phil, in this motherfucker.
Yes, sir. I like that. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm kind of scared because did I do that to your finger, man?
Yeah, Phil injured me, bro.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're all good. Honestly, it doesn't hurt that bad today. It's fine. I'm not gonna lie. I just the other night I didn't have it in this, and I slept in it, and I slept on it. And I woke up and that shit hurt, boy. That was hurting.
But that's my fault, bro. I threw a terrible pass to him. A terrible pass. We play basketball now on Monday and Wednesday, and I saw him in the corner, threw it, and then right when I threw it, I was like, oh, because it went low.
It was low.
So then did the ball bounce and hit your hand? Or
Bounced
did it,
up on it. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry,
Worst case.
bro.
It's all good. Yeah, I know it's not that deep. It's basketball at the end of the day. But we got some basketball to talk about for sure. We got some Mark Williams news. Bobby Portis, breaking news today. The All-Star game, Draymond Green. We're going to talk about if there was a 1v1 tournament, how we'd feel about that, and who's the next face of the league.
Yes, sir.
So
That's going to be fun.
We got a great episode for you guys. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with the All-Star game, actually. Let's get that out the way because that's like kind of the big thing that I've been looking forward to talk about. So we'll run through each event, and then after we run through each event and talk about how we felt about each event, we could talk about how to improve it. But let's keep the vibes positive at first because everyone's just shitting on shit to shit on shit, you know?
That's true.
There's definitely some negatives for sure, but we'll get into that. So the show kicked off with the celebrity game and all that, but I honestly am a huge fan of the Rising Stars game. That's what I'm there to watch. I don't know if you had notes on the celebrity game. Did you watch that?
Honestly, I did not watch the celebrity game.
I didn't watch that either. There was a dude that was dunking, though. I, had it on for a little bit. There was a dude, he hit
Was it Drewski?
No, hell no. Hell no. He hit a windmill. It was fun to watch, but the Rising Stars game is what I'm there to watch, really. That shit is fun. And when I saw Dalton Connect's team win, I was like, oh, boy, we get Dalton Connect versus LeBron the next day. LeBron would end up not playing. But man, it was fun to watch for sure. I like watching that. It's cool to see all the young players play together because they play a lot harder than the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And I like the tournament style for the Rising Stars game. But what do you think about it?
I feel like with the Rising Stars it's a little bit better because they probably go out and try a little harder than the All-Stars, but sadly I forgot to actually check out those highlights. But usually whenever I do, they go at each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a little bit better because these are young stars that have everything to prove on this big stage. With the All-Stars, they still have a second. But honestly, I got a little bias. I let my boy Dalton connect. So obviously his team won. So no shocker there.
There you go. No, it was cool seeing the G League team. I think they made the final round. So they won in the first round and made it to the finals, which was cool to see because it's just fun to watch, bro. I'm a basketball fanatic to the point where it's all these dudes I watched in college,
Yeah.
So it's when you see them all on the same team, especially because a lot of my draft work obviously is for the draft.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in my mind and seeing how these guys fit together because it's a lot different than watching dudes go out there and hoop is different than watching them play in a system in the Lakers where Dalton Connect isn't able to show off his bag as often.
Yeah.
Or same thing with Castle. Castle can't do the shit he was doing in the game, So it's just cool to watch it in that sense. That's why I like it.
No, I get you. I was happy to see because I remember the one thing. Even though I didn't see the game, I like that Eamon and Asar were in it, and then they were right next to the reporters, and they both look exactly alike. So somebody said, "Which one's Eamon? Which one's Eamon? Which one's Asar?" And then everybody kept on guessing.
The Taylor Rooks thing, right? And everyone's everyone a comedian around Taylor Rooks. That shit.
Low-key, yeah.
That shit always kills me. That shit's funny. And then so the next day happens. Saturday kicks off with the skills challenge. Wemby and Chris Paul cheat a little. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley win it. That's actually an event I didn't watch. I was at Wilson's new boba shop. If you're a fan of the football pod, you know Wilson. But I missed that one. But I did see the Wemby and Chris Paul cheating thing. I don't know. Did you watch that through?
Yes. Honestly, well, I caught the highlights, but you pretty much can watch the highlights and it gives you the whole game. But Honestly, it was funny. Like Wemby and Chris Paul, their thing. I saw the whole thing, and I was low key laughing when they were doing that thing because they started out. Wemby was like moving the ball, and he goes over and he starts just, and I was like, interesting. Okay. And then Chris Paul did it, and then I'm thinking, all right, well, I mean, I feel like that should somewhat count. I wouldn't be mad about that.
People were booing in the stadium.
Yeah, so I guess if the crowd's out of it, then you might have to disqualify them. But I mean, technically, they didn't really break any rules.
Nah,
they shot the ball.
They changed the rules for him. And then after that, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Like, did Donovan Mitchell and Mobley like really hoop like that or what?
All right, so this, I'm not gonna lie, the skills challenge was actually pretty fun to watch. That second round, Risa and Sarr, okay. Mitchell and Mobley was okay, but Draymond and Moody was balling in that skills challenge.
Really?
Like everybody was missing threes a lot. Like every single person, Risa, Sarr, Mitchell, Mobley, but when Moody got in there. First ball on the first shot, bang. Second ball on the second shot, bang. Third ball on the third shot, bang. And he was moving, he was passing the ball. He was doing a really good job. They would have won, but Draymond screwed him over. I was laughing so hard because Mitchell and Mobley were like calm. They were in there like they knew they had it because all they had to do was just finish it. So then when Draymond and Moody went up, Moody. He went on the hot start, did it again for the second time. He missed only one shot, but made the second one. And then everybody, I was laughing so hard because I was like, the announcer was like, now all Draymond has to do is finish. So Draymond goes in, throws the balls, goes to the far one where you have to pass it. He missed it 3 times, and he's just standing there like wasting time. And he goes over, he's shooting the threes, and then once again. He misses the pass over and over again, and the clock runs out. Dude. And I was like, I feel bad for Moody, bro.
He never gets a break, man. Draymond B-selling him constantly,
bro,
even on the Warriors.
The crap out of him, man. I felt bad.
Yeah, so they would have won though.
They would have won.
And then we hit the 3-point contest where another Warrior showed out. Mm-hmm. Buddy Hield had 31 in the first round, tying his teammates' record, Stephen Curry. Mm-hmm. The 3-point contest is always fun. I feel like it's just entertaining. Tyler Hero, I would not have bet on to win. I
wasn't gonna bet.
And I love him, but I just don't look at him as an off the rack shooter. Like he's an ISO guy to me.
Who has your favorite shooting form out of all of the guys who were shooting? And then we had Cam Johnson, Darius Garland, Kay Cunningham, Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Jalen Brunson, and Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield always got a soft spot in my heart because at Oklahoma I loved him a lot. He was the first signed rookie card I ever pulled. So I was lit when I got him. Okay. I thought he was going to be special. He didn't turn out the way I thought he would. But he's got a special place in my heart. And Norman Powell. Okay. Norman Powell is just so smooth. Like, he got a smooth game.
Norman Powell has the weirdest base I've ever seen for a guard. Like, he gives – it's like a little hitch. He looks like he's doing that thing where it's all like that or something. My bad. Sorry for rocking.
Not even that, bro. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see your form.
But, like – yeah, my form's terrible. But, like, he kind of, like, I don't know what it is. He looks like a surfer when he's, like, about to go up to shoot. Like, if you watch it
because he's a rhythm guy, bro. So it makes sense. He shoots off, like, with his hips almost.
Yeah, but it was just so weird to see because you're like, you know, you go straight up and then seeing that, it was kind of like, it's not bad. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird to me, but interesting.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, I mean, the 3-point contest is fun to watch. Buddy Hield hooped. Did you have any other thoughts about it, or you want to get to the dunk contest?
Honestly, I just didn't think Tyler Hero was going to win. That man goes all the way and then boom, all the way and then boom.
He's
It's
cool.
just weird, but I'm glad he won.
Hey, I am too. I love Tyler Hero. We Tyler Hero fans here. And it's good for Miami, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, I was going to trivia you on this, but they said he's like the 5th Heat player to win a 3-point contest?
The 5th Heat player to win the 3-point contest.
Do you know who the other ones are?
Okay. So
I don't. I'm gonna be honest, but
for some reason, there's no way. I wanted to say Bam for some reason, but I don't think that's true.
No way.
Maybe Dwayne Wade.
No.
What? Then who the heck?
Capono.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Jason Capono is?
Nah.
I think he was a Laker.
I don't know who that is.
Am I tripping? Maybe he wasn't a Laker.
He's
from Long Beach, Cali, though. He was a Laker.
Whoa, what year?
2011.
He must have been a bench player.
He's a shooter, just straight shooter, like Like Seth Curry vibes.
Oh my gosh.
Glenn Rice. Am I missing anybody?
Glenn Rice.
Daquan Cook and James Jones. What the fuck?
James Jones won?
Suns manager James Jones.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. It's crazy how different it is because in this era it's a lot of role players that are winning it. And then now it's like stars because everyone kind of shoots. You know? It's interesting.
That's funny, man. But congratulations on Tyler Hero.
Ain't no way James Jones would be in the 3-point contest in this era. He'd be averaging 7 points. I forgot he was a shooter
like that.
Nah, he's knocked down for sure. And then we get to the dunk contest. Mac McClung showed his ass. Mac McClung really put on a show.
Oh, man.
Dunking over the car, the one over Mobley where he tapped the rim. He just really, I think he's a top 3 dunk contest dunker of all time.
You know what?
I give it to Zach, Vince, and him. Because Nate Robinson was cool because he was tiny. Mac McClung's doing shit that it's like we never seen before, bro.
That low-key is true.
In 2025. Aaron Gordon's up there for sure, too. But fuck, man.
I just got to go with Zach LaVine, man.
He's
always going to be the number one.
Yeah.
Only because the way he was doing his dunks and how high he got up there for it, I was like, wow.
Zach LaVine got the best dunks. Vince Carter got the most aura. And then Mac McClung's just the coldest white boy to ever do it. That man is nasty. But he's top 3 to me.
What was your favorite out of his 3 dunks?
The car one. I love when they bring the car out. And that was the thing where, they were saying it's better than Blake Griffin's, which I think it was because he dumped over the top. But Blake Griffin's was so much, cooler. It was just, the swag Blake Griffin had at that time was so sick. But Mac McClung really showed his ass. The Evan Mobley one was disgusting, too. That was nasty.
He jumped over Evan Mobley?
Evan Mobley on, a thing probably this tall. They were he wanted to get Wemby or something, but Wemby didn't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
But, man, that was sick. And then
was that the third one?
Yes, 3rd or 4th.
Because I think the 3rd one was my favorite one. I just wrote down that the 3rd dunk was my favorite one. I forgot which one it was, but that was my favorite one.
Whatever it was, he hooped. The car one was sick. He went out there and he showed his ass for sure. Stephon Castle was really amazing too. The problem is though, a lot of people are saying Stephon Castle should have won. But I felt like Stephon Castle would throw down a nasty dunk and not do much.
Yeah.
His energy just wasn't. He's too cool. His ass would just walk to the bench.
Hey, like they say every single year with the dunk contest, you gotta win the fans, man.
You gotta get lit. You
gotta win the fans.
You gotta get lit. And Castle, I would love to see Castle in another dunk contest for sure because he wasn't first trying dunks. It was taking him a little more time. But yeah, what do you think about Mac McClung being in the dunk contest though? I feel like there's a lot of conversations because he's a G League guy.
Yeah.
You think that's valid, or you think that's you're not feeling that, or what?
Honestly, any way they can get some attention to this, I say go for it.
Yeah.
The Mac McClung dunks were going viral, so I mean that's views, that's engagement. So if you can light a fire in these stars, just like the way, for example, on Twitter, Ja Morant said this might make me want to come out, come out and join the dunk contest again. And then Giannis and Zach LaVine said they might lace him up and do it again. And even Aaron Gordon now, he's saying I might have to come back and do it. So, I mean, if you can do something like that where you can, light a fire in them, encourage them to come back, I say do it. Because I would love to see a dunk contest between Giannis, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, and Ja Morant.
That would be crazy.
I don't know how, crazy Ja Morant and Giannis would go, but I know that Aaron Gordon and Zach
Ja
LaVine
Morant would go crazy, bro.
Look, I mean, is he going to be creative, though? I know that he's going to be, as creative as Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
I think he could be. He go dunk with the gun.
There's, with me, Stephon Castle, I love his dunks. It's just that, right after he did it, it was just all right.
He was too cool, bro.
He wasn't really, yeah, that's what I mean. So I feel like Ja Morant's going to be like that. I feel like he's going to
he going to hit one of these. He going to hit one of these.
Oh, I'm not going to do it.
What?
I was going to be he going to hit one of these.
Yeah, he going to hold the gun up. Headshot.
He brings a Nerf gun out.
That would be crazy. Nah, they would fucking suspend his ass for sure. Oh, we're going to talk about what Draymond said at the All-Star game, but before we get to that, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Boom Fantasy.
Man, okay, LeBron hit my parlay. Let's get it.
Oh, shit, he hit it?
Yeah, bro, look at this.
I won $200. I tailed your parlay.
How the heck did you win $200?
I used Boom Fantasy. I used their pick and spin, spun the wheel, got 10 times my money.
Bro, you got to hook me up.
If you use code RTP, you could get a risk-free bet up to $100. Let's get back to the video. All right. Draymond Green was tweaking at the All-Star game. Or we didn't even talk about the real All-Star game.
Yeah, I was about to say.
My bad. I'm tripping.
All good.
The All-Star game, they switched the format this year to that tournament style with the young guys in there. And then the real All-Stars, I guess. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I didn't like how much commercials were in it. I think the game would have been fine. But I think it was 3 hours and 50 minutes of commercials and show stuff and presentation. And it was 40 minutes of basketball. I'm a basketball fan, bro. And it's not like the presentation and show stuff was that cool. You know, it's not like the Super Bowl commercials or stuff like that or the Super Bowl halftime show. So I wasn't my favorite non-basketball thing that weekend was Jello performing. You know, but everything that happened at the All-Star game, I really couldn't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
You know?
I wasn't too big of a fan of the format either, but also I just didn't like that we were switching different teams onto the floor. I feel like if you want to do the whole Rising Stars versus All-Star thing, just to keep it try to keep it positive, just literally have it where you mix the Rising Stars with these different All-Star teams. I would like that. I wouldn't, because I just didn't like how you had the first two teams going at each other when it was Chuck and Kenny or whoever it was.
Yeah.
And then after that, you had an All-Star team versus the Rising Stars team. I was like, obviously they're going to kill them. What are we doing?
But they were competitive.
They were competitive, yes.
Honestly, I'm going to disagree with you there because that was probably the only thing I liked about it. I liked watching the young dudes go at the old guys. Of course you know who's going to win, but they make you think damn, are they going to win? Are they going to pull it out? And that's a little more entertaining. But if they beat them, people would have been mad.
Oh, yeah, people would have been mad on the... Well, you talking about the fans or you talking about,
Fans. If the rookies beat them and now it's LeBron's not even here and we only got to watch Steph play for 10 minutes, fuck am I even doing here, you know?
But I don't know. I feel like if you integrate them and then mix these teams up a bit and then have it where, you have Stephen Curry, Jaylen Brown, Victor Wembanyama, and then you have Dalton Connect and Eamon Thompson or something like that, I would have loved that. Okay. I would have loved a 5 like that. But I don't know. I didn't like how it was 3 or 4 different games.
I didn't either. And I saw shout out King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny. He made a video about it and he was talking about he said it sucks for first time All-Stars because you're a first time All-Star and you can play 7 minutes and then if you lose you're cooked. So it's what's the point of you even being an All-Star? I think it was a bad idea. I'm glad they tried it. I think it's cool that they're experimenting with stuff. But I just think it was a bad idea. It sucked LeBron was in there, obviously. I did not love the format, the formula. We could have we don't get the moments, bro. I think this period was good because everyone's go back to East versus West, go back to captains, go back to. But we were just complaining about that. We were just saying how boring that was. We were just saying how we don't like that. So I think it was good for us to kind of all realize that's the best formula, and now let's go back to it. And these dudes are gonna start playing again, but they don't even play, bro. You see clips on Twitter of the 2000s All-Star game, and they're not even trying either. So it's I just feel like dudes love to complain. That's just what it is at the end of the day. And I think the NBA shouldn't have given into that and let it fly. And also, I think the NBA, I think the problem with the All-Star game, or we'll save that, I guess. But that's all I'm gonna say.
One thing is, I actually really like the whole whoever has the highest votes on East and West gets to pick the teams.
I like that too.
I like that idea. Only because I love the content between Giannis and LeBron and how they talk about different players and Giannis going the whole James Harden thing. I need somebody to pass.
Yeah, let him talk shit. It's
even
fun.
KD when he was top there, and then I forgot. I think
did Tatum
Jokic.
do it?
Tatum, no. It was LeBron for the longest time, and then it was I forgot who was the one who replaced LeBron as the captain before. Okay. Maybe that was this year because usually LeBron gets the most votes, but he didn't this year. But it would have been Jokic. But either way, I love that. I think it puts us into the mind of an NBA player when they're picking, how they see players and what they analyze. But I thought that was cool. To me personally, because before I do that. What was your favorite All-Star game? What year?
I don't know the years. I was going to do a TikTok with you about the years, and I was like, what the fuck am I even talking about? I don't know the years like that. But off the top, I like the one where Kobe and LeBron went at it. That was fun.
2016.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like the one after Kobe died. That one was competitive.
2020.
Those are two that I really remember vividly.
Yeah.
Was 2016 the one where no? I like the one where Russ won MVP.
Russ won MVP like 3 times, I think.
I think I'm thinking of 14 or I think it was 14.
You talking about the one in New York?
Where they had the blue jerseys on. Russ had like the blue. Oh no, I think it was New Orleans. Because I think they had New Orleans themed like jerseys, kind of.
Wait, didn't AD win that one?
Let me see.
Because I know Russ won in 2015.
Maybe I'm thinking of 15.
It was either 2014 and 2015 when they were in New York, and then Russ won the Kobe one when they were wearing the red jerseys in Toronto.
Oh, you know what? You're right. 2015 and 16, he won them.
Yeah.
First player to win back-to-back All-Star Game MVPs.
Bro, I loved watching Russ. Like, he was shooting threes, he was booming it, he was doing everything, and he was actually getting the energy up.
I like the one where Melo broke the record for All-Star Game points. That was more fun than AD breaking the record to me, because it was just like Melo was just shooting to fucking break the record. I thought that was fun, and then they started like doubling his ass. Like that was cool to me.
You know what? That was fun too. But personally, to me, I gotta go with 2016.
Yeah,
there were just so many. There were just so many iconic moments, and then my favorite thing of all time. And I know Kevin Hart didn't do a good job with this one. Like according to fans, I didn't really hear him or anything. But the 2016 All-Star Game announcements.
Was that Common?
No, it was Kevin Hart. He was announcing them, and it was the funniest thing because he was just roasting everybody as like he was doing a good job introducing them. And then when they were coming off the stage, he would roast the heck out of them, and it was just funny. Like, watch it again, you're going to laugh so hard,
I thought Commons was funny because Common is, like, very, he's corny, bro, you know? So he's like, I'm going to be honest, this guy's too modest. Bring out Giannis. it's like, bro, like, what are you doing complimenting the dude?
Was that 2017?
I think it was 20. I think it was the Chicago one.
Yeah. I
think it was the Chicago one, but I thought that was funny.
2020 was fun, though.
We could transition to what Draymond said, because we're still going to be talking about the All-Star game here.
Gotcha.
But I just want to say, like, Draymond Green, like, to me, that shit was lame. Like, you're killing the vibe of the All-Star game, like, talking crap about it. It's like, bro, if I were to go with you to the movies and you're like, this movie sucks, like, you're not even going to like it, whatever, like, that's going to kill the vibe of the movie. And then I might like it or dislike it, but the way you talked is going to change my view about it, you know? So, like, I feel like no one took it like that because everything Draymond says just goes in one ear and out the other for NBA fans at this point.
Yeah.
But, like, for newer fans, that would suck. Like, imagine listening to that and you're like, oh, this is going to suck. This is, like, different from, like, what they usually do, like, whatever. I agree with him that the format sucks.
Yeah.
And I think they should go back to East versus West. But, yeah, I just thought he was tweaking.
Yeah. I mean, reading it again and listening to it again, maybe he should have said it a little different. Like, if he just didn't like the format, you could be like, well, I'm just not used to this format. Because that is one problem that I'm kind of on. I feel like they're introducing new things way too much.
Yeah.
Like, in 2020, we got the Kobe rule. And we were just getting used to it because at first, like, all the All-Star games, like, you get to a certain point, the clock's going out, and then teams have, like, 200 points or whatever. But, like, we were just getting used to the, like, having a Kobe rule where there's a target number, a target score. And that was the first new thing kind of that they introduced besides the whole picking teams. But I feel like we were just getting used to that. So then after that year, you get another new thing. And then another thing on top of that. And then another thing. And then this year we have this. And it's all over the place. And even some of the players going like, I don't even know what's going on. It's kind of like, I feel like you just got to compress it a bit.
Yeah.
Like
simplify it.
Like maybe go back to the Kobe rule. Keep it with the captains. And then just have us get used to that for a second. I know, yeah, maybe the views was a little whatever. But you got to let us get used to it. Like, keep it for at least 2 or 3 years and then maybe change it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
You got to try it out. I mean, like, you can't give anything a fair shot unless it gets a fair shot, you know? Like, and the Kobe rule, I think, was good. I didn't love it, but I think, like, over time it grew on me.
Yeah.
Like, that's how stuff's going to be. Like, it's going to grow on you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the way he did it and talking crap about it, and then they go to, like, half or whatever, and then he's like, see, I told you so. Like, this sucks. Like, that's lame to me. And I didn't like, he was like, oh, us All-Stars, we got so many obligations, and now we got to be stuck here on All-Star Weekend. It's like, bro, you're on commentary. You chose to be here, bro. If you don't like it, why the fuck are you there?
Yeah.
You know, like, I thought that was lame. Like,
no, honestly, that was one problem I did have with it, because I'm like, bro, if you were an All-Star speaking and doing this, it would be one other thing, but you're not this year. Like, I know that you're a 4-time All-Star before, But like
his
you
team
said,
was good.
Yeah, like
he ain't an all-star nowhere else.
But like you said, you're doing commentary. Like I feel like the PR team or whoever was in charge should have probably. Well, I mean, it was probably unscripted, so he should have just done a better job of saying that. Because to me, I was happy for the Rising Stars. I was, but I kind of did agree with what he was saying. Not to the extent where it's like,
you want to read the quote?
Huh? Oh yeah. So
you got the quote bagged up.
This is from Sleepers. I had to work so hard to play on Sunday night of All-Star Weekend, and because ratings are down and the game is bad, we're bringing in Rising Stars. That's not a fix. So I feel like, yeah, in that perspective, like saying it that way, I didn't agree with it. I didn't think that was a good way to put it out there because I love the Rising Stars. I think we should be what's it called? Lifting them up. We should be encouraging them, and saying that is kind of like a shotgun to the face. But him saying that it does kind of seem like it is unfair in a way, yes.
I disagree.
I kind of feel like that is kind of unfair.
Because it's not like they're all-stars. They're Rising Stars players. It's like just because they're playing on Sunday instead of Friday don't make it any different.
I know, but like Sunday before, when we used to love watching the All-Star game, when it was fun, when we had, for example, the Russell Westbrooks, the Carmelo Anthonys, the Kevin Durants, when they were playing. We were waiting for the day we could see them in those jerseys and going at them, debating, oh, who's better, the West or the East? And then like now it's kind of like it's all over the place. And then seeing that the Rising Stars now have a chance to be in that after all these guys were working so hard to get that title of All-Star, it's kind of like...
It's not that anymore. It's not about the whole who's better, the West or the East. The NBA is blaming the All-Stars, the star players, which I think is wrong, and saying, like, you guys aren't doing a good job. That's why this is boring. So they're bringing in the Rising Stars because they think the All-Stars are the ones that are fucking it up. You know? So I don't look at them like it's competitive and they're like, we're All-Stars, like we're playing against the All-Star team. It's not that because they're on the Rising Stars game. They obviously worked as young players, and then they also just won a fucking tournament to be there. It's not like they're like called up off the fucking out the crowd. They're NBA players. A lot of those fucking players are better than Draymond Green, if we're being honest. You know, so like,
I mean, yeah.
You feel me? Like Castle, Keontae George, Connect, TJD is starting over his ass. So it's like I don't know. When Oscar Robertson,
is Draymond coming off the bench now?
Yes, Draymond been coming off the bench. Maybe not anymore with Wiggins gone. But Draymond's ass has been weak this year. So it's like, you are not an all-star, bro. Why are you talking like an all-star? Oscar Robertson was like, of course he thinks it's boring. All he does is pass it to Stephen Curry.
He's like, I want to be with my buddy.
Yeah, for real.
I want to be with my buddy.
He wants to be with Steph and LeBron, bro. But not. I mean, that pissed me off. The LeBron thing didn't piss me off because he's injured, obviously. But at the same time, I did think it was kind of, they approached it in a lame way. I don't know if it was LeBron or the NBA. That's like, hey, don't say you're injured. Don't say you're going to miss the game, whatever. They did the same thing for Anthony Edwards and Giannis, too. But I feel like if I'm in San Francisco, I might have bought a ticket to be like, oh, it's my last time to be able to watch LeBron, and now he's not there. Like, that's the way I look at it. But, again, I'm not blaming LeBron for that because he's hurt. I feel like that could have been an NBA thing, and they're like, oh, we don't want to drive the ratings down, whatever.
Do you feel like that was out of protest because maybe whatever Adam Silver said in the meeting before the All-Star game rubbed him off wrong?
No, because from what I understand, he's been hurt a little bit or been dealing with that ankle injury. So it's like maybe it's an extra, or maybe it is. Maybe he's been injured, but he's using that as an excuse. And he was planning to play.
I was just asking.
But either way, I think the biggest problem with the whole All-Star game in general is the presentation of it. Like, I think it's not about the athletes. Like, these are the best basketball players in the world. We love to watch, like, the Olympics, like, because it's fun, because it's competitive, because it's the top guys. Like, I think the All-Star game could be that. I just think, like, when you overcrowd it with commercials and Kevin Hart breaks and Shaq and all that, it's just, like, it's not – I'm not here to watch Shaq. I'm not here to watch Kevin Hart. I'm not here to watch a fucking stupid-ass commercial about a beer I'm not drinking. Like, I don't know. It just is too much. It's not enough basketball. Like, that's what the All-Star game used to be about. I was seeing the clips on Twitter, and they're like, I want the All-Star game to be like this again. And it was like LeBron, Bosh, and Wade coming out and hyping up the crowd, and D. Rose like standing there. Like, that's what it should be. And I don't even think that's about the All-Star game. That's about the presentation. Like, if they did more stuff like that, that shit would be fun. Like, Wemby would be on that D. Rose timing. You know? Like, I would love to see more of that instead of, like, Kevin Hart fucking giving everyone fishing nets or whatever he did.
Did they have mic'd up moments for the players, the All-Star players, or any of the the Rising Stars, the All-Stars, the 3-point contestants? Like, did they have any mic'd up people?
I don't know. I was checked out, bro. Like, even timeout, there would be a timeout, and they'd go into a 20-minute, like, Shaq thing, or it'd be a 5-minute commercial, and it's like, I'm not sitting here, like, it feels like damn near a waste of time. Like, I want to watch it because I want to be able to talk about it with, like, our listeners and our viewers, but at the same time, it's like I don't really want to be wasting my fucking time right now watching this bullshit. Like, come on.
So one suggestion I have is, like, if you want, like, more from the players, this and that, I feel like mic'd up moments for them, like, way more mic'd, because you know they have one player per team in, like, live games actually be mic'd up. But I feel like for the All-Star game,
mic up everyone.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, that would be good content, because then you could, like, you could even make a documentary series on that.
You could.
But I feel like that's better, because then, like, you know, like, what I'm hearing from you is Kevin Hart, Shaq, Charles Barkley, all these guys, even Mr. Beast, they have way too much of the camera time. They have way too much of the microphone. Give it to these All-Stars. Give it to these Rising Stars. Give it to these contestants. Like, I feel like that would be better, and I feel like that would bring more connection, because that's who we're there to see. Like, I don't care. I want to listen to them talk about whatever. Yeah, like, my daughter's doing good. Like, oh, good dunk. Like, oh, yeah, like, oh, yeah, KD, go at him. Go at him, KD. And you just hear him talking on the bench about whatever. Like, so how's the fan? Like, I would rather listen to that than, yeah, we got a $100,000 chance to win this prize. And also,
I'm not going to lie, I didn't hate the Mr. Beast thing.
I didn't know what was going on with that. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to talk about it? I can talk about it. It was cool.
Oh, I was just trying to hear what was going on.
Did you watch it? Did you see that or no?
I didn't see that, but I heard the fan won.
Yeah, so they had the fan come out and shoot versus Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
And Dame had to make 3 and the fan had to make 1. Dame was obviously, like, cool ass in it. But, like, that's more basketball than, like, Kevin Hart talking or tribute. And, like, shout out the guys at TNT, obviously. Like, they're good at their job, obviously. I don't personally love it, but they're good at their job to the point where they could do this for 20 years or whatever. Yeah. I'm excited to see what NBC does with the All-Star Game next year, because that's why they brought on Carmelo Anthony, because NBC gets the All-Star Game next year. So I think they could present a better show, I'm being honest, because they do a good job with wrestling. So they could do a good job with the All-Star Game and, like, more simplify it, bro.
Yeah, give us something.
Yeah, for real. They should just simplify it. But we got other news to talk about.
Yes, sir.
You got the quote for who's the next face of the league?
Oh, here we go. This is from Stephen A. Smith on Anthony Edwards saying Wemby is the face of the league. This is provided by Legion Hoops, also First Take, and Clutch Points. I don't believe an international player can be the face of the NBA. The NBA is an American-born sport. My wish is that Anthony Edwards changes his mind.
That's not Ant's decision to be the face of the league. You know, like, that's the NBA who they want to push. Oh, I thought that was goofy. And Stephen A. low-key is racist, because he was on that timing with Ohtani, too. Like, Ohtani isn't the best player in the world. So, it's goofy.
I've been off Stephen A. for the longest time, bro. Like, obviously, because, like, there was that one report he had when he was talking about all these, like, we were 10 games away from the playoffs, and then he just starts talking about all these players that the Knicks got, like, getting ready. He's like, oh, these some bad dudes, and, like, with these guys coming off the bench and with this guy starting, we're good. I'm like, bro, none of them are on the team. You traded them. They're gone. What? And I was just like, I'm surprised nobody during the show was like, Steven, like, even Shannon, I'm surprised he wasn't like, they're not on the team no more. They're not on the team no more. Like, he was just naming 4-5 players, and I was like, did you even pay attention during trade deadline? But anyways, his comments, I've just been turned off by them. Like, whenever I see a First Take thing anymore, I don't even get excited. Before I was when it was Skip Bayless and Shannon, because I like them going back at each other, but it's just a joke, bro. It's just Michael Jordan versus LeBron. But that comment, I was like, oh, man,
So bro. Who do you think is going to be the face of the league?
You know what? Bro, I'm cool with Wemby being the face of the league. I'm cool with an international player being the face of the league. It shouldn't even matter if they're international or not. It's the NBA. It's the highest form of basketball. Like, whoever is good at basketball, whoever's the best at basketball, let him be the face. Exactly. I'd be cool if Jokic being the face right now.
Yeah.
30-point triple-double.
Yeah.
And bro's averaging crazy numbers, but it's like, it shouldn't matter. Like, that was the worst message to put out there. Like, I just want people to come here and play. Like, if you're good at basketball, and if you're good at murdering people, come here. If Wemby is that guy, let him be the face. I'm cool with that. If Jokic is the guy, let him be the face. If Anthony Edwards somehow becomes like some crazy player in the next 3 years, let him be the face. But that's just, it shouldn't matter what their race is, what their ethnicity is, what their if they're international or not. It should matter if they can play ball and kill people on the court.
Yeah.
That was the most embarrassing thing I heard, bro.
Yeah.
That was so embarrassing.
It's crazy. I think the three dudes that I think are going to end up in face of the league conversations is Shea, Ant, and Wemby.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. And Shea and Wemby are both foreign. I feel like people wouldn't say anything if Shea was because he's from Canada and, like, local, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also could see Tatum taking the throne. Like, Tatum could have it if they win the championship, they're definitely going to market Tatum a lot more. He's going to be, like, on more cereal boxes and shit like that. But I got some sleeper guys, too.
Okay.
You want to hear them?
Yes, sir.
Amen Thompson. Down the line, I think he's got the highlights. He's the most athletic player in the league.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is smooth out his game a little bit.
Yeah.
Get a jumper, not turn the ball over as much, and I think he'll be fine. I think John Morant could have been the face of the league.
I was low-key thinking about John Morant, but then I think he ruined this chance.
He ruined it, but he definitely could have been the face of the league. Okay.
Yeah.
I got Jalen Brunson. I mean, you got to think, bro. If the Knicks go on a run, they're the biggest market in the NBA right now. He's 29, so it's not like he's old. He's about to hit his prime.
Yeah.
He's going to be like they started marketing his ass quick after 1 year, you know? So I think he could kind of elevate just because he's in the biggest market. And the last dude I had was Tyrese Maxey.
I like that.
He's in a top 5 market. He's a young player. He could average 30. And he's like always happy. He's cool, good vibes. Like, that's what you want. So I think those would be my guys that I think could be the face of the league.
Honestly, I like that. I like those options, especially that those are like sleeper options for it. I just think that, especially with the young generation coming in, like these guys got energy. These guys have, like, they have a competitive spirit. I just think that they're just waiting to like finally like get there, like finally be in that role of the LeBrons, KDs, and everything. Because when those guys retire, there's gonna be so much space for people to take it. But I mean, obviously Wemby. I'm actually thinking about Cooper Flag.
I was gonna say Cooper Flag too. If he ends up in Brooklyn.
If
he ends up in Brooklyn, I think
that'd be so fun.
He needs to be in a big market. If he ends up in Utah, like basketball fans are gonna know him, but I don't think he'll be like put out there.
That's true. And then one thing, I actually have a hot take. I think Luka could be the face of the league since now he's with the Lakers.
Yes, I think so too. And I think people already like him. They already know him. He already played on a bigger market, I guess.
Yeah,
I agree with that one.
Well, I don't know if Dallas is a bigger market than the Lakers, but
no, not bigger than the Lakers, but big as in like they're top 10.
Oh, okay, I get
you know,
my bad.
Like, yeah. But I honestly, I was kind of surprised. I don't think the Lakers were a top 3 market when I looked it up. I might be tripping
because I know the Knicks and the Warriors, they're like $1 billion now,
and I think the Nets.
Oh, the Nets are more than us?
I think so.
Shoot, we got to get our game up. What?
I think just because the cities though.
Oh, okay.
But you also got to think, bro, like LA, at least like LA, for the people that go, I'm tripping actually. The Lakers are up there.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really a basketball city. That's just not the vibe in LA. Like when I go to a Laker game, it's not a lot of basketball fans there. It's a lot of like rich people, you know. I feel like, I mean, I've never been to the Knicks arena. I could see it being similar though. But at least the Knicks has like Rutgers and stuff like that. I feel like Brooklyn would be a lot of like basketball fans. Chicago would be a lot of like real basketball fans. Philly would be a lot of basketball fans. Dallas is actually number 5.
Well, honestly, when it comes to like East Coast sports, like I mean, obviously football's got a good thing, but with basketball, like that's like, shoot, people don't talk about Indiana. People don't talk about like all these the East Coast has really good basketball culture. In Philly, that's why I like you talking about bringing up Tyrese Maxey, because Philly has like some of the craziest and like most loyal and most coolest fans when it comes to the Sixers. Like they have a high respect, and I low key see them as like almost like how Lakers fans are, but they're like legit.
Yeah.
Like they're not like as delusional as us, even though I love it though. Like I love being that toxic delusional self, but like with Philly fans,
they're crazier. Lakers fans are more delusional. Philly fans are crazy.
They're like realistic crazy. Yeah. They're like the whole Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid stuff going on. Like, yeah, they paid Ben Simmons that $50 million contract, but every second they weren't treating them like a LeBron. They were treating them like, all right, go get it. Yeah. Like, go get this chip. And then I learned about Tyrese Maxey from them. Like, every single time they'd be talking about how much they appreciate him. And at first I was like, well, I mean, he's pretty good. But then now look at him now. He's a good point guard.
I was one of the dudes. I wasn't off of him, but I thought he was overrated when he was a rookie. No, I was wrong about that. Yes, let's talk about if the NBA were to add a one-on-one tournament.
Oh, okay. Man.
I got an interesting take about this. Mm-hmm. I think there shouldn't be all-stars allowed in this. The way if I were Adam Silver for a day and I could map this out, I think every team should get one player, and it can't be anyone who's ever been an all-star. I think that would be fun.
Austin Reeves representing us.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Austin Reeves representing us.
I don't think we'd have a good candidate, like maybe Caruso or Chet, I guess. But
what about Casey Wallace? You don't feel like he could go ISO and go crazy?
He'd be fun to watch defensively.
Aaron Wiggins.
Like, they're cool, but they're not like ISO dudes like Austin. Like, if the game's on the line, I'm not giving Aaron Wiggins the ball and saying,
Mr. 40-point, double-double.
40-point off all catch and shoot. Catch and shoot and rebounds. Catch and shoot and putbacks. Yeah, so I think like
not bad. I like that.
Like Cam Thomas would probably dog in that. But other dudes I have SGA obviously, and KD would obviously. But I think like if they did no all-stars, it'd be a good way to build new stars because then people are watching and they're like, oh, this dude's filthy. Oh, this dude's nasty. Type of vibe. And it's kind of like how the dunk contest built like Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine to casual fans.
Yeah.
Like they could definitely do that in a 1v1 tournament sense.
Wow. I like that. I didn't have I'm not going to lie. I was kind of basic with mine. I just thought I was putting down names and obviously I put Kyrie, Paul George, Dame. But actually, I low-key want to see Jordan Poole.
That would be fun.
I would low-key want to see Jordan Poole in a 1v1 because like obviously Brody's like an ISO player. Like he be getting them highlights, especially when them girls around. So I was like, why not? But another sleeper I thought would be really good was Paolo Banchero.
That'd be cool too.
I feel like Paolo Banchero would kill in a 1v1.
But I think my way would be cool because then you could get that Jordan Poole, Cam Thomas, Austin Reeves, Amen Thompson. Like imagine like a tournament with dudes in that type of build. You get like Colin Sexton in there. Bro, like that shit would be Kobe White. Like you could get there's definitely ISO scorer names. And those, bro, realistically, like those are the dudes that people love.
Yeah.
Like they're just the funnest guys to watch. The dudes that aren't big names but are ISO scorers, like if they spark, and all those guys are spark plugs, one of those guys will be on that night. And they'll just be busting ass. So I think
I would love that, man.
That'd be cool.
Now, how long would you like? Because how many contestants would you do? Would you do like 8, 10?
I'm doing 30.
You're doing 30?
I'm going my way, and you give it a night. You say like the Rising Stars play in the morning. You have the one-on-one tournament at night.
Okay. So then, do you feel like you could get through all those players in like the night, or would you make it like a 2-day thing?
I think you could do it in the night, but you just have a long event, like a 4-hour ISO event.
Okay.
I give you a team, you give me a player.
So no all-star. 5?
Yeah, literally. Okay. I'll give you a team, give me a player, non-all-star. That would be their representative. Okay? The Memphis Grizzlies.
I am going to go with Desmond Bane.
That's a good one. I blanked on him. I was thinking Jalen Wells, but Desmond Bane's that's a better choice. Bane. What about Philly?
Philly, I gotta go with. Oh shoot, I forgot his name because I can't do Tyrese Maxey. Is this player still there? What's his name? He's a rookie, kinda. I forgot.
Yabusele?
Not Yabusele. What's his name? He's young. He got traded from the Celtics.
Jaden Springer?
Jaden Springer.
I think Jaden Springer got traded from Philly to the Celtics.
Oh, my bad.
I'd go with Philly's new guy, Lonnie Walker.
I forgot they picked him up.
Like, that'd be... I don't know.
Walker.
I just think the way that would work would be cool. Let's move on to some more hard-hitting news. We could talk about... How much time we got, Izzy?
Like 15 minutes.
Okay. Let's fly through these.
Yes, sir.
Mark Williams... There's a theory going on online right now where the Lakers realized they traded too much for Mark Williams and rescinded it because Mark Williams came out and said he thought he passed his physical.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not, like, because I don't think it'd be that easy to just be like, never mind, you know? But what do you think about that as the resident Laker fan?
So obviously I've been following this because I was really excited to get Mark Williams, and then when the trade got rescinded, I was like, what happened? And I heard it was because he didn't pass his physical. So, I mean, if it's real that he didn't pass his physical, I'm happy that they rescinded it because I would rather get my picks back, Dalton Connect, or get my picks back and Dalton Connect, instead of dealing with a young player who has those type of injuries. But everybody's saying we rescinded the trade only because we got cold feet. Somewhat kind of believe it, only because of maybe we just didn't want to get rid of those picks. But at the same time, I feel like if you did fail him and you saw all this stuff and like it seemed like he's not going to be good in the future, I'm not really tripping on that.
I just think it's like when you trade for Mark Williams, you know that he's an injury-prone player. Like, that's kind of been his career. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if that was the case, for them to resend it because of that, like, they should have been known that. Like, Mark Williams plays 40 games a year, maybe less than that. So I don't think that was the case, though. Mm-hmm. I think maybe, like, Mark Williams thought he was fine, but they said they had, like, they didn't know about his, like, history of back pain or something like that.
So apparently the way they failed him was because his back wasn't the issue. It was other stuff. And the stuff that I was hearing was it was his feet, it was his legs, and apparently he had another thing that was worrying them. But they saw that and they were like, nah, like this is other stuff. Like we don't want to deal with that. Like if it was the back pain stuff, they probably would have been like, all right, we can get used to that. But since they probably were like, nah, this is getting a little scary, like there's more stuff to it, they're probably like, nah, we can't do it then. But
yeah, I just think like I hope Mark Williams is like, all right, fuck this and goes out and hoops. Because he's a dude that's so fun. Like I really like Mark Williams is like that archetype that I love, like DeAndre Jordan type of player.
Oh yeah, I wish we could keep him. I wish he was fine.
I hope he takes this and he's like, all right, I'm gonna lock in and like stay healthy. Hopefully, I mean, obviously it's easier said than done, but that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, but it's just interesting too because there was a case on this that Bobby Marks, because I was listening to him because I was wondering if there's a way for like the Hornets, because they were trying to contest it, for the Hornets to like keep the trade going. And he said that, and this was before, like this was like 4 or 5 days ago, he said there's a 99.9% chance that the Lakers win this. And I was like, whoa, why? And he said that there was a case in the past that happened in 2015 and 2016. I forgot the player, I forgot the teams that were involved, but there was a player that was traded to a team, and he said that apparently he was good, he was healthy, and everything was fine, but the problem was they kept on giving him physicals to do, and they held on to him for a bit, for like, I think it was 3 or 4 days, and then they rescinded the trade, and instantly the NBA was like, all right, the trade's rescinded. But he said like they pretty much got cold feet, and they said that it messed him up for the future.
Really? I'm trying to find this now. I'm curious.
But that's why I was like, holy crap, like if that literally sounds like what just happened. So no matter what, the trade with Mark Williams is going to be rescinded. Because we said that. So if anything, this is probably just going to lead to rule changes. Like there's probably going to be like, if you need a physical, or if you do a physical and like fail somebody, a team can request to bring in a third party, and they could tell you, like a doctor that doesn't represent any type of teams, they could probably be like, yo, like this physical is false, he's fine, or this physical is true, he needs to go back. Like I feel like that's probably going to bring rule changes like that. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting because what would you guys do if you guys try to make a trade and a team holds on to that player and then they're like, no, I don't want him. Like I feel like maybe there should be a limit, maybe on how many days you can hold on to that player. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
I feel like once they play a game is when like it kind of just worked out that like neither player had played a game. Mm-hmm. But like I think once they play a game, you shouldn't be allowed to rescind it, and neither played a game, so it worked out.
I feel like even when they're taking the physical and doing it, I feel like no matter what, they're probably not going to be able to play a game. And I feel like that'd be on both parties. Because
That's true.
Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish didn't play a game. Mark Williams obviously didn't play a game. But like I feel like it's not going to happen no matter what.
Is it Zoran Dragic?
I believe so, yes.
What a name. I forgot about that dude.
Yeah. It was like, what team was he from?
The Celtics, I think the trade said.
Got you. Yeah, but that's why I was like, holy crap, like, it's fine. But like I said, I low-key, if it's true that we did that, I would like rule changes because now I feel like since now it's popularized, more teams are going to do that.
Yeah.
Especially, I heard apparently that the Dallas Mavericks wanted to try to rescind the Anthony Davis and Luka trade, but it was already too late because Luka played a game and then AD played a game too or something like that.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. Winter's mom sent me an Instagram post and it said like Laker or Mavericks are rescinding the trade or something, and she's like, "Can this happen?" And this was like 2 days ago. I was like, "Nah, it's like they're like almost a month in on that trade. That can't happen." The last thing we're gonna talk about today, Bobby Portis, breaking news. He had a 25-game suspension for taking an illegal substance in the NBA. So the story on this is that one of their trainers, Bobby Portis, wanted, I believe it's Toradol, and he asked his trainer for it.
Well, it says, yeah, keep going.
But they gave him Tramadol,
yeah,
which is a banned substance by the NBA. It was just an honest mix-up. Everyone's saying Bobby Portis is the super nice guy. I mean, Niko Mirotic would say something different. But, yeah, I mean, it was just a mistake. It sucks that happened. I'd be pissed if I was like Giannis because now it's like that hurts, well, especially after the deadline. They could have even picked up like Lonnie Walker, but now that's done. So I'm curious what they do as a team. Obviously, that sucks for Bobby Portis. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, now I looked up what Tramadol is, and it's saying right here, extended release tablets and capsules are used to relieve severe and persistent pain in people who are expected to need an opioid pain medication to relieve pain around the clock.
So it's just a OD painkiller.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But how come? Why would that be that bad then?
They probably I bet it's something that could get abused. Maybe like they don't want players like on drugs, obviously. So maybe they don't want them on heavy painkillers or nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just saying that it's to treat severe pain. But I don't know. I just for a second I was thinking because I talked about you right before we started recording, but. What if this was just a story to put that out there to like make him sound better? I'm just putting it out there. I love Bobby Portis. I'm not trying to say like he's a bad dude. He's like he did this on purpose. I'm just this is just a theory I have just in case. Like, do you feel like there could be room for that to happen?
I mean, definitely there could be room. I think it could have happened for sure, but I don't know. I feel like they never come out there and are that quick with like, oh, this is what happened, you know? So I feel like because of that, he's fine. Like, he didn't really mean it. I also don't think like Bobby Portis is a dude that would be on drugs. Like, he's already like a tweaker enough almost, you know? So
everybody's posting a little meme of him running with his like tongue out. But what would you do to the medical staff?
I think that, I mean, I don't know, because this actually wasn't a medical staff thing.
Oh, it wasn't.
This was like like if I was here and I'm like, hey, you got Advil on you type of thing. Like, that's what he's kind of asking for. Like, just something. Oh. And they just gave him the wrong thing. So maybe the dude gets fired. Maybe he gets suspended or fined or something. They probably should suspend him. I don't think he should fire him, though. It's like it's an honest mistake at the end of the day.
But that's 25 games of an honest mistake, man.
I know. That sucks for sure. And he's going to miss pretty much the whole regular season. But he'll be back by the playoffs. So that's good, at least. Like, he'll be there when it matters. Give Bobby Portis his rest, I guess. And then you know when he comes back, he's gonna have those crazy eyes again. He's gonna want it more. So,
Bobby Portis is a nutcase, bro, but I love him.
I do too. So I mean, maybe it works out. Maybe it just gives him the rest for the playoffs. It's not like he's hurt and he has to like deal with recouping an injury. Like, he could just go shoot around and shit.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, that's all we had for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, but most importantly, Phil, let them know what they need to do.
Hey, make sure to add this on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well. I'm Phil. This is the man, Ant-Man, straight from the MCU. We out, and let's bounce.
Boom.